Okay, so today, here at this supreme place of Vajrasana, with a great gathering of people and people who are interested and benefactors who have requested me to give a blessing of the Aryatara. So as I have explained earlier, this is a very special place, site, and at such a place, we all of us meditating on bodhicitta and the emptiness. Of course, because of the blessing of the site itself, there are cases of the a person blessing the place, and blessing the place also blessing, having the potential to bless a person. And so the most important thing is bodhicitta, which is seeking enlightenment for the benefit of fulfilling one's own interests as well as others' interests. So for one's own sake, for the sake of others, and for temporary goal and ultimate omniscient state, it is bodhicitta that brings about these benefits. And so, for the sake of one's interest and the interest of others, I shall generate bodhicitta. Shows that it is meaningful. So when you practice bodhicitta, you make your life meaningful. So since the time of our Tibetan ancient kings and Master Shanda Rakshita, and so have practiced bodhicitta. In India also this was the case, and in the Tibetan traditions of Sakya Geluka Gyunyingma also, and so forth, also we have all the masters of the past also practiced bodhicitta, and through this practice of bodhicitta, the effect is that you have a very peaceful, a blissful state of mind and healthy physical condition. And when you are relaxed and calm in your mind, it also has an effect on your body as well for good health, which all in turn affects for that of the long life. And so if you meditate on and reflect, cultivate bodhicitta, you have better sleep. Otherwise, anxiety, fear, anger and hatred. So without these negative states of mind, you are happy and you are healthy and during the day as well as in the night. And so there's no greater factor than bodhicitta to bring about all these positive effects in ourselves, in our life. And therefore, in order to fulfill the aims of oneself and others, I shall generate bodhicitta, as it is said. And so, having come to this very sacred, sacred place, what we need to do is cultivate bodhicitta. So the term bodhicitta in Tibetan is Chang Chup. Chang. When you think about this bodhicitta, you need to consider that of the state whereby you have, in which you have completely eliminated or overcome all the negativities and defilements from within your mind. And without that, you cannot have the full understanding and knowledge, complete knowledge of everything as it is. So, of course, if there are practitioners of the Sotantikas, Chittamatras, and also the Madhyamakas who may cultivate bodhicitta, but in order to have a very strong and powerful experience of bodhicitta, you need to really think of the attainment, that of the enlightenment itself, how it is brought about, and so forth. And so, in other words, having purified your mind of all defilements and having the full knowledge. So we are doing the 21 Tara Jenang permission blessing. So it comes in Rinjung Gyatsa and Surka Gyatsa. The one in Rinjung Gyatsa, the hundreds of blessings, I have received it from Tata Rinpoche, from whom I have received lots of blessings, lots of tantric empowerments. Although I didn't receive teachings much teaching on the philosophy, and so, but I have received lots of blessings, jenangs, and so forth. So after arriving in India, I received, because there is this separate compilation of jenangs and initiations. I have no memory of having received the Suga Gyatsa from Tata Rinpoche. And after coming to exile, I received this from Jabje Tujang Rinpoche. And so, mainly today, from my master, Vajradhara Tata Rinpoche, I have received the Rinjung Gyatsa, and as a supplement to that, additionally, I have received the Suka Gyatsa, the initiation of the Suka Gyatsa from Jabje Tujang Rinpoche, my late junior tutor. So first, I need to do some preparatory ritual to give the jenang. And so, in the meantime, while I do the preparatory ritual, please pray single-pointedly to Aryatara, and then pray for the Dharma to flourish for long, and also for the benefit of all, for the well-being of all sentient beings, and also everyone gathered here, the spiritual masters as well as the disciples, to live long, so that we are able to serve others with a sense of, with a warm heart towards others. So if we could do this, it would be very beneficial. So while I do the preparatory ritual, please say the Aryatara prayer, the Aryatara who is the embodiment of all the enlightened activities of all the Buddhas. So from the depths of your heart, have a firm and strong faith in and confidence in Aryatara, and recite the Aryatara mantra, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. Om Dare Do Dare Dore Swaha, 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 Om Dare Do Dare Dore Swaha. Dare do dare dore swaha, dare do dare dore swaha, Om 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 Dare Do Dare Dore Swaha,
Omadare dudare dure zawa, 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 Omadare dudare dure zawa. Omadare dudare dure zawa, 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 Omadare dudare Omadare dudare dure zawa, 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 Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Dudare dure zawa, Omadare 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 dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, 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 Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, 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 Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, 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 Omadare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure zawa, Omadare dudare dure おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ。おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ。おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ。おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ。おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、お おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれおまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞわ、おまだれどだれどれぞ Omadare dudare durezowa, 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 omadare dudare durezowa. Omandare dudare durezowa, 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 omandare dudare durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, 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 omadare dudare durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, 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 omadare dudare durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, 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 omadare dudare durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, 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 omadare dudare durezowa. Durezowa, omadare dudare 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 durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa. Omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa, omadare dudare durezowa. Madare dudare dure zova, 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 madare dudare dure Omadare dudare dure zova, 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 omadare dudare dure omadare dudare dure zova, 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 omadare dudare dure zova. Omandare dudare dure zova, omandare dudare dure zova, omandare dudare dure zova, omandare dudare dure zova, omandare dudare dure zova. Omandare dudare dure zova, omandare dudare dure zova, omandare dudare dure zova, omandare dudare dure zova, omandare Omadare dudare dure zova, 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 omadare dudare dure omadare dudare dure zova, omadare dudare dure zova, omadare dudare dure omadare dudare dure
되게
So everyone gathered here in this very sacred place are very sincere about aspiring to the Dharma and also liberation. And you have also devotion, faith, and dedication to me. And so, the longer you live to your own individual selves, you have the opportunity to accumulate merit for a long time. And also, since Avalokiteshvara is on my head, you have also a special devotion and special spiritual bond with Avalokiteshvara. Because of this, from life after life, you'll be taken care of by Avalokiteshvara, and you will be able to tread along the spiritual path to enlightenment. And I also make prayer for you to fulfill that goal, and you should too make that aspiration and prayer. So with this kind of pure intention to reach enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings, please make a mandala offering to request the 21 Tara Jenang permission blessing. Please repeat this Embodiment of all-knowing, exalted wisdom, destroyer of the wheel of samsaric existence, O foremost one, please bestow this precious teaching on me today. 3 times. Say it 3 times. So, with regard to the explanation of the Dharma, is the general and the specific Dharmas, teachings. I don't need to do that now. So in any case, we have been practicing the Buddha Dharma with sincere devotion for generations on. So it is the case with the Tibetans as well as the great nation of Mongolia, and also there are many Chinese in China. There are many Chinese Buddhist temples and monasteries. When I was in China in 1954-55, I had the opportunity to visit many of them. And so, because of the Buddha Dharma having spread in these regions, people have the imprint of Buddha Dharma in their minds. And so, we have the special karmic connection with the Buddha Dharma. And so, in this very special place, Vajrasana, Bodhgaya, we are doing a very special Dharma teaching on the 21 Para. And so, please repeat these lines for taking the Bodhisattva vows, which is shared teaching. So shared here, maybe it means the common to something which is common to both the Sutrayana and Tantrayana. And so, as I mentioned yesterday also, in front of you in the space, please visualize Buddha Shakyamuni surrounded by his disciple Arahats, in person, and then around them the 8 close disciples, Bodhisattva disciples, and then those of the Master Nagarjuna and so forth. In other words, the 6 ornaments and 2 sublime masters, Nagarjuna, Aryadeva, Asanga, Vasubandhu, Dignagadha, Makirti, and Gunaprabha, Shakyaprabha. And so, though over the times the Dharma may have declined, but because of the various circumstances and conditions that we have met, we have this strong, very deep devotion and faith in the Buddha Dharma. When I visit the Trans-Himalayan regions, I find the local people to be very devoted to the Dharma, and it is the case also with the Mongolians and in China too. Though this system that is trying to seize the Dharma as like a poison and try to destroy it, completely, but they are not successful. And so, instead of that, there is newfound interest in the Dharma in China. And so, all of us, when we think of the benefits of bodhicitta and so So we have this strong faith in the teaching of bodhicitta and its benefits. It is the case with the people of Tibet, China, and the Trans-Himalayan regions, and also Mongolia. And so please repeat these lines after me. Take refuge in the three jewels, individually disclose all non-virtues, rejoice in the virtues of all beings, and mentally take up the enlightenment of Buddha. Until I am enlightened, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. I generate the spirit of enlightenment to fully attain my own and others' welfare. So these two lines, I generate the spirit of enlightenment to fully attain my own and others' welfare, are very significant lines. Whether you want to fulfill your own goal or the goal of others, as well as temporary and short-term and long-term goals for oneself and others, you are thinking of cultivating and developing the spirit of enlightenment, bodhicitta, to fulfill the interest of your own and others. So say this: not only having developing bodhicitta, but having developed it, you call on all sentient beings as your guests. So the next verse says, having generated the spirit of supreme enlightenment, I invite all sentient beings as my guests. So have this very strong feeling of wishing to call on all sentient beings, inviting all sentient beings as your guests for enlightenment. And therefore, with that kind of determination, when you have this determination, then all sentient beings, high and low or middle, to fulfill their goals, we have the bodhisattva practices, which will benefit all beings, regardless of what mental, spiritual, and intellectual capacity they have, whether small, intermediate, or great. So you are able to. So having generated the spirit of supreme enlightenment, I invite all sentient beings as my guests, engage in the supreme and wonderful contact of bodhisattvas. May I attain Buddhahood to benefit all wandering beings. So this is the first repetition. Now say it for the second time, please. I take refuge in the three jewels, individually disclose all non-virtues, rejoice in the virtues of all beings, and mentally take up the enlightenment of Buddhahood. Until I am enlightened, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. I generate the spirit of enlightenment to fully attain my own and others' welfare. Having generated the spirit of supreme enlightenment, I invite all sentient beings as my guests, engage in the supreme and wonderful contact of a bodhisattva. May I attain Buddhahood to benefit all wandering beings. And so you have said it 2 times. Now during the third repetition, at the end, when you say, may I attain Buddhahood to benefit all wandering beings, feel convinced that you have received the bodhisattva vows, complete set of bodhisattva vows, the same bodhisattva vows as they are within the beings of Buddhas and bodhisattvas. So having taken this bodhisattva vow and having become someone who possesses these bodhisattva vows, feel proud and delight, and also whatever merits and positive things that you have done, rejoice in them, and with the courage to work for other sentient beings, and you feel determined that you receive bodhisattva vows. Please repeat, I take refuge in the three jewels, individually disclose all my non-virtues, rejoice in the virtues of all beings, mentally take up the enlightenment of Buddha. Until I am enlightened, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. I generate the spirit of enlightenment to fulfill the aims of myself and others. Having generated the spirit of supreme enlightenment, I invite all sentient beings as my guests. Engage in the supreme and wonderful conduct of a bodhisattva. May I attain Buddhahood to benefit all and wandering beings. And then next is the actual Jenang blessing.
시들 공부는 시인이 가서다 랑
So just as I have visualized, we have the Aryatara also visualized in the altar as the front generated deity.
단디 전전 잡을 수
Please repeat these lines.
부여 도시로베기
O exalted Master, who has the Vajra body of all Buddhas of the 3 times, please bestow the Janang of the body of Venerable Tara on me. Please bestow the Janang of Venerable Tara on me, the body Janang. Please bestow the Janang of body of Venerable Tara on me. On page 6, 8. The Lama cleanses you with the 10 syllable as well as with the water from the vast action. And then he purifies you with the Shunyata mantra, and which says everything dissolves into emptiness. From within emptiness arises instantly a Vajra ground with a Vajra fence, Vajra canopy, and mountains of flame. In their center is a seed letter palm, which transforms into a large and spacious lotus flower with its stalks. In the hub of the lotus is a seed letter R, which transforms into a cool white moon disk, on top of which you are seated as Venerable Kadivarani Tara, with a blue-green body, 1 face and 2 hands. Your right hand is in the gesture of bestowing sublime attainment, and your left in the gesture of symbolizing 3 jewels, while holding the stem of an upala flower that opens at the level of your ear. You have the splendid youth of a 16-year-old, and your breast is full. You look peaceful and wear a slight, graceful smile. Your hair is blue-black, black with a shimmer of blue. Half of it is tied up. The rest falls loosely over your shoulder and covers your body. Your body is adorned with various jewelry and ornaments and so forth. You wear delicate 5-colored fabric and as the upper and lower garments, and sit on the lotus in Bodhisattva posture. There's your right leg slightly extended and your left bent inwards. And then you visualize the 21 taras. And so, starting from the east and moving clockwise, we have on the seat, on the first seat, Tara, who is swift and heroic. She's red in color. He has 1 face and 2 hands. The right hand is in the gesture of bestowing sublime attainments while holding a red vase of subjugation. The second Tara is on the second seat is Tara of immense peace. She's white in color like the moon in autumn. Her right hand is in gesture of bestowing sublime attainment while holding a white vase that pacifies disease and negative forces. And the third on the third seat, Tara of a golden color, her right hand in the gesture of bestowing supreme attainment while holding a yellow vase that increases lifespan and merit. On the fourth seat, Tara of life, who is golden color. Her right hand is in the gesture of bestowing sublime attainment while holding the yellow vase that extends life span. And on the fifth there is a sun disk on which sits Tara, who utters the sound hum. She's an orange in color. Her right hand is in the gesture of bestowing sublime attainments while holding an enchanting rock or vase. On the sixth seat there is a disc on which sits sun disk, on which sits Tara, who is victorious over the 3 worlds. She's dark and red in color. Her right hand is in the rest gesture of bestowing sublime attainments while holding a dark red vase that befuddle evil spirits. And on the 7th seat there is a sun disk on which is Tara, who averts spells of others. She is black in color and slightly wrathful. Her right hand in the gesture of bestowing sublime attainment while holding a black vase that counters spells of mantras. On this 8th seat, there is the sun disk on which sits Tara, who conquers evil forces. She is dark red in color, her right hand in the gesture of bestowing sublime siddhi, while holding a red vase that overcomes enemies. On the 9th seat, Tara, who conquers Maras and subjugates the world, red in color, right hand in the bestowing sublime siddhi, supreme siddhi, holding in her outstretched palm a vase that conquers Maras and subjugates. And then on the 11th seat, Tara, who invokes and rescues from poverty. She is orange in color, resembling refining gold. Her right hand in gesture of supreme siddhi, holding in the outstretched palm. And on the 12th, Tara, who brings good fortune, orange in color, right hand bestowing supreme siddhi, while holding on an orange vase that brings good fortune. 13th seat, Tara of blazing fire, red in color, right hand in giving supreme siddhi, holding a vase and that overcomes enemies. On the 14th seat, a frowning Tara on a sun disk. She is black in color and slightly frowning. The right hand bestowing supreme siddhi while holding a black vase that pierces obstructors. And on the 15th, Tara of great peace, her body white in color, right hand in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi, and vase, holding a vase specifying negative actions. On the 16th, Tara liberating all through the home of knowledge, red in color, right hand in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi, holding a vase, spreading knowledge mantra. 17th, on the 17th seat, Tara moving the world, orange in color, gesture in supreme siddhi, right hand in supreme siddhi gesture, holding an orange vase that subdues knowledge. On the 18th, Tara, who pacifies and removes sicknesses from poison, and white in color, holding a vase in this right hand in the supreme siddhi gesture. And 19th, the Tara eliminating disputes and bad dreams, white in color. And so with these visualization of the Taras, you receive the blessing of the body of Aryatara. So from this letter Om at the forehead of the self-generated Lama and so forth, the light rays go out and invite the Taras in the form of letter Om and so forth. And so next you are requesting the blessing of the speech of the Tara with that verse, O exalted Master, who has the Vajra speech of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, please bestow the Jnana of speech. And so from the letter R at the throne of the meditational deity of the self-generation at the Lama and the front generation, the rays of light radiate out and invite Taras, either red Taras or any of these, red letter R, a red lotus flower, red nectar, and or red rays of light that comprise all blessings and powerful abilities of the Vajra speech of all the root lineage lamas, meditational deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and assembly of Taras. These objects arrive like particles of a sunbeam and fill the entire space. They dissolve into your throat and cleanse and purify all negativities and negative actions, defilements, and latencies that you have accumulated through your speech. You attain the jnana of Vajra speech and are empowered to achieve the spiritual feats of the speech. Visualize that at your throat there is a red lotus, the center of which is marked with a red letter R. The Lama recites Om, following mantra 3 times on Daritu Daritu Revaka Vajra Abhikenza Swaha. May all the blessings of the Vajra speech of the root and lineage gurus, the meditation deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, the assembly of Taras enter the speech of the disciples, and may the disciple attain all the spiritual feats of the speech. And so the same visualization goes with the body jnana. So this completes the jnana. Please repeat for the next one, mind jnana of mind. exalted Master, who is Vajra mind of all the Buddhas of 3 times, please bestow the Janang of mind of Venerable Tara on me. Please bestow the Janang of mind of Venerable Tara on me. Please bestow the Janang of mind of Venerable Tara on me. So, from the letter home, at the heart of the self-generated, that is the Lama self-generation, and the front generation in the altar, rays of light radiate out and invite either blue Taras or any of these blue letters, home, blue Vajras, blue nectar, blue rays of light that comprise all the blessings of powerful abilities of the Vajra mind of the root and lineage Lamas, meditational deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and the assembly of Taras. These objects fill the entire space like heavy red downpour. They dissolve into the heart of your heart and cleanse the purify all negative actions, defilements, legacies of your accumulated with your mind. You attain the Janang of Vajra mind, and it empowers you to achieve the spiritual feats of the mind. So it empowers your mind to have gained the ability to see that things, though they do appear as if they have some kind of objective independent existence, they do not exist that way. So you gain that insight into emptiness, which gradually increases in its intensity and power, and you attain so that you are able to attain ultimately the wisdom of emptiness, which sees emptiness directly. So that I think that at your heart there is a blue Vajra, the hub of which is marked with a blue hum. The Lama recites the Om following the mantra 3 times Om Dharadu Soha, and may all the blessings of the Vajra mind and root and lineage Lamas, meditation deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and assemblies of Taras enter the mind of disciples, and may the disciples attain the spirit, all spiritual feats of mind. And this completes the Janang of mind. So, Blessed One, I will hold on to the blessing of the mantras. Please grant it to me. So, next is giving the mantra. So, imagine that you have recited these lines 3 times. Blessed One, I will hold on to the blessing of mantras. Please grant it to me. And Blessed One, I will hold on to the blessings of mantra 3 times. Mantra, please grant it to me. So I'll have a taste of this nectar pill. It's really sweet.
Om Dare Du Dare Dore. Chidam Bansa, Abbey Kesa, Om Dare Du Dare Dore, Chidam Bansa, Om Dare Du Dare Dore, Chidam Bansa, Abbey Kesa, Sa. Taji Lama Yidon Shazas. Jizema Hasan, get 2 Jishin Rotan, Lamelu, Hila Jobor, your day.
So his sons went back to this point of the Janang of mantra. So may all disciples attain all the spiritual feats of the mind. Please, Blessed One, I hold on to you the blessing of mantra. Please grant it to me. Repeat these. Blessed One, I'll hold on to the blessing of mantras. Please grant it to me. So 3 times. So from the crown, throat, and heart of the deities of the front generation, the letters Om, Ah, Hum come forth and dissolve into the Om, Ah, Hum at your crown, at the disciples' crown, throat, and hearts, respectively. Visualize that your body, speech, and mind have been blessed and or transformed into the nature of body, speech, and mind of the meditation deity. That and the blessings has been stabilized with Om Ah Hum. The Lama recites the following. Then the Lama recites the following to request addressed to the deity. Blessed One, I will bestow the blessing of the mantra on them. Please exert your guarding influence on me. So for the recitation of each of the following mantra, visualize that a replica of the mantra garland arises from the mantra garland at the heart of the Lama. The replica exits from the mouth of the Lama, enters your mouth, and while it emits rays of light, settles clockwise around the letter thumb on the moon disk at your heart. And so with this, imagine that your speech is blessed so that you attain the potential for attaining Vajra speech. Please repeat Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. So you should repeat this, you should have repeated this with the visualization as said above. So let us recite the Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha for a round of mala. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare.
Om Tare Tu Tare Swaha.
Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. So I'll go through the rest of the taras that I had left earlier. On the 12th seat is Tara who brings good fortune. She is orange in color, and her right hand in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi while holding an orange vase that brings good fortune. On the 13th seat is Tara of blazing fire. She is red in color, right hand in the gesture of supreme siddhi while holding a red vase that overcomes enemies. On the 14th seat is Tara frowning Tara. She is black in color and slightly frown. Her right hand in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi while holding a vase that pierces obstructions. Tara of great, next is Tara of great peace. On the 15th seat, her body white in color, right hand in the gesture of supreme siddhi while holding a white vase that pacifies negative actions. The 16th, Tara who liberates through home of knowledge. She is in red in color. Her right hand in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi while holding a red vase that spreads knowledge mantra. On the 17th, Tara who moves the world. She's orange in color, right hand in the gesture of supreme siddhi while holding orange vase that subdues knowledge mantras. 18th, the Tara who pacifies and removes sicknesses. She is white in color, right hand in destroying supreme siddhi, and then holding a vase. 19th, Tara who eliminates disputes and bad dreams, white in color. Gesture, right hand in the gesture of supreme siddhi, holding a white vase that removes disputes and bad dreams. On the 20th seat is Tara who eliminates epidemics. She's orange in color. Her right hand in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi while holding an orange vase that eliminates epidemics. On the 21st seat is Tara who enlightened activities. She's white in color. Her red hand is bestowing in the gesture of bestowing supreme siddhi while holding a vase that accomplishes different enlightened activities. So all these taras have one face, two hands, with left hand in the gesture of giving refuge while holding an upala flower. And so we'll not do the rest of the mantras. Then rays of light radiate out from the seed letter at the heart of the Lama and invite all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 10 directions, as on page 23. Directions as empowerment deities. The Lama makes offerings of water for drinking, washing, flour, incense, fragrant scent, food and music to them, and request them with this word, all the Tathagatas, please bestow the actual empowerment. And then the Buddhas arouse the intention to confer the empowerment. Male and female Bodhisattvas express auspiciousness and rain down flowers and the likes. The empowerment deities holding nectar-filled vases and confer the empowerment. Wrathful beings dwell in the cardinal and intermediate directions. dispelled obstructing forces. And Lama holds the vase and recites the verse of auspiciousness of the three jewels. So, possessing great excellence, you are like a mountain of gold, protector of the three worlds, who abandon the three types of flaws, Buddhas with eyes like lotus bloom. May you grant us specifying auspiciousness today. And what they taught is supreme and unchanging, renowned, and so forth. And so, in this very special site of Vajrasana, we have meditated on to the best of our ability, the bodhicitta, which is the very special dharma. And so, through this practice of bodhicitta, you will make this life a meaningful one to benefit others, and also gain the imprints to be able to continue to do practice the dharma for the benefit of the dharma and all sentient beings, even in the next lives, life after life. By attaining a human body which has the 8 leisures and then the 10 opportunities. So the concluding lines, I will do everything. At the end it says, I will do everything the principal deity has advised. So please make the Thanksgiving mandala offering. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with mud marrow, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as Buddha filled, and as a blessed Buddha filled, we offer it to you. May all beings enjoy the perfectly pure Buddha fields. So, where are we on the text of Bodhicitta Vivarana? This is asking. I think we are on verse number 69. Verse 69. So verse number 67, going back. 67. When the ultimate truth is explained as it is, the conventional is not obstructed. Independent of the conventional, no ultimate truth can be found. And then the 68, oh no, 67, when the ultimate, okay, 68. The conventional is taught as to be emptiness. The emptiness itself is the conventional. One does not occur without the other, just as being produced and impermanent. 69, the conventional arises from afflictions and karma from arises from the mind, and so forth. So in order to attain liberation, nirvana, we need to overcome this clinging to true existence. And so in order to attain omniscient state of Buddhahood, we need to also overcome and completely eradicate the residual latencies called obscuration of mind, knowledge. And so without this, you cannot attain them. And then even the bodhicitta itself cannot overcome these defilements by them itself. So verse number 73, when this emptiness is explained, as explained, is meditated upon by yogis in this way. No doubt there will arise in them a sentiment attached to others' welfare. So when you see sentient beings swayed by their karma and delusions, and you understand from your experience that these karmas and delusions are something that can be eliminated from your mind, from their mind, you also feel confident and proud that it is possible for me to help these sentient beings to get rid of these defilements and karma. And so from your experience, when you meditate and integrate this teaching within yourself, you'll be able to have a taste of it and be able to tell that it is something possible for you to attain enlightenment by overcoming these defilements. So with regard to those beings that have bestowed benefits upon me in the past by being my parents or friends, I shall strive to repay their kindness. So those beings that are being scorched or tormented by the fire of afflictions in the prison of existence, just as I have given them suffering in the past, it is befitting today that I give them happiness. The fruits which are desirable or undesirable in the form of fortunate or unfortunate births in the world come about from helping sentient beings or harming them. If by relying upon sentient beings the unexalted state of Buddhahood is brought about, what is astonishing about the fact that whatever prosperity there is among gods and humans, such as that enjoyed by Brahma, Indra, Rudra, and worldly guardians of the world, there is nothing in this triple world system that is not brought about forth by helping others. As hell beings, as animals, as hungry ghosts, the different kinds of suffering which sentient beings experience come about from harming others, hunger, thirst, attacking others and each other, and the agony of being tormented, which are difficult to avert and unending. These are the fruits of harming others, just as there is Buddhahood and awakening mind and the fortunate births on the one hand and the unfortunate birth on the other. Know that the karmic fruition of beings too is twofold. Support others in all possible ways protect them as you would your own body. Neglect of other sentient beings must be shunned as you would a poison. Because of their detachment, did not the disciples attain lesser awakening? By never abandoning the sentient beings, the fully awakened Buddhas attain awakening. Thus, when you consider the occurrence of the fruits of beneficial and non-beneficial deeds, how can anyone remain even for an instant attached only to his or her own welfare? Rooted firmly because of compassion and arising from the shoot of awakening mind, the true awakening that is the sole fruit of altruism. This is what the conqueror's children cultivate. When through the practice it becomes firm, that then alarmed by others' suffering, the bodhisattvas renounce the bliss of concentration and plunge even to the depths of relentless hell. This is indeed amazing, praiseworthy it is. This is excellent way of the sublime, that they give away their own flesh and wealth is not surprising at all. Those who understand this emptiness of phenomena, yet also conform to the law of karma and its results, that is more amazing than amazing. That is more wondrous than the wondrous. Those who wish to save sentient beings, even if they are reborn in the mire of existence, are not sullied by the stains of its events. Just like the petals of a lotus born in a lake, though bodhisattvas such as Samandabhadra have burned the woods of afflictions with the wisdom fire of emptiness, they still remain moistened by compassion. Those under the power of compassion display act of departing, birth and merriment, renounce the kingdom, engaging in ascetic penance, great awakening and defeating the maras, turning the wheel of dharma, entering the realms of gods, and likewise display the acts of going beyond the bounds of sorrow. In the guise of Brahma, Indra, Vishnu, or the fierce form of Rudra, they perform the compassionate dance with acts bringing peace to beings. For the respite of those disheartened on the road of existence, the two wisdoms that lead to the great vehicle were taught. They are, however, not ultimate. As long as they are not exhorted by the Buddhas, disciples in a bodily state of cognition will remain as if in a swoon, intoxicated by absorption. When exhorted, then in diverse forms, they will become attached to others' welfare, and if they gather stores of merit and wisdom, they will attain Buddha's full awakening. Because the propensities of two obscurations exist, these propensities are referred to as seeds of existence. From the meeting of the seeds with conditions, the shoot of cyclic existence is produced. The paths revealed by the saviors of the world follow the pattern of beings' propensities or mental dispositions. The diverse methods employed by the Buddhas vary according to the diversity of sentient beings. Instructions may be found of vast. On some occasions, an instruction is characterized by both. Though such diverse approaches are taught, they are all equal in being empty and non-dual. The retention power of the Bodhisattva grounds, as well as the perfection of the Buddhas, the omniscient ones, to be aspects of awakening. Those who fulfill the welfare of others in this way constantly through their body, speech and mind, and who advocate the notion of emptiness, there is no question of their being nihilistic. Neither in cyclic existence nor in nirvana resides the great beings. Therefore the Buddhas taught here the non-abiding nirvana. The single taste of compassion is merit. The taste of emptiness is most excellent. Those who drink the elixir of emptiness to realize self and others' welfare and conqueror's children, bow to them with your entire being. They are always worthy of honor in the three worlds. These guides of the great world reside as representatives of the Buddhas. This awakening mind is stated to be the highest ideal in the great vehicle. So with an absorbed, determined effort to generate this awakening mind. And so Solon has completed the text, including the colophon. This translation prepared on the basis of reading the Tibetan roots. This concludes a commentary on Awakening Mind, composed by the great Master Arya Nagarjuna, and translated by Gunakara and translator Rapshi Shenyan, and later revised by Indian abbot Kanaka Varma, and great translator Pasav Nyamatak. So we have gathered in this very special place where the Buddha himself became enlightened and blessed by the Buddha, and great masters like Master Nagarjuna and so forth. And so we are doing our best through their blessings and teachings. We are doing our best to become ever closer to them, to fulfill their intentions and of these great masters, including the Buddha. And so, for the benefit of all beings, please make this dedication prayer. Whatever merit I have gained, may it benefit all the Dharma and sentient beings. So next we are going to do the
가래. 나 고마워.
So this is the prayer at the end of Lamrim. From my two collections, vast a space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete greatest paths to the teaching, and may I please all Buddhas by my practice. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddha's teaching for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined. May I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time by even this graded path to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all humans and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent path never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may he always be assisted by the mighty ones and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. So this is the summary report of the donations received and expenses made. So with due respect to Your Holiness the Dalai Lama, at this very sacred place of Vajrasana, Your Holiness has given the Bodhicitta vows and then the teaching to the Master Nagarjuna's Bodhicitta Vivarana, and then given the Jenang of the 21 Taras. So these are the sponsors: Chikhang Shunzang Awa Gyaltsen, Kyosan Wangchuk and family, and the families of Tashi Wangchuk, and these families
송주 조준치 도비 중화당 대담 직외 유저와 시행카안내
And the donations received from these benefactors and other donors
공세 유저 대단내 송주 인장 송 링기 조준치송 시작카 년도시주
so I'll read the
진노를 건설 정부 정부 추억이 7년 이동 유성이 더 중립의
the account statement.
내조 도시대도 송주 거리 제급
So it is displayed on the screen.
마도 제대 세대 중과당 조전송 어제 이시쇼 샴세 중과 송주 지다카 준의 두비 중과 몸
So from 10 donors,
대대 망소대 송주 체 현대 중과 몸 숨섭디 계지 동맹 이게 계주셔도 최슈가 두번 계속 소지 세바 비대 몸겨도 숨섭시 주지 지도
so from 10 benefactor donor patrons, we have 18,500,000.
중과 시돔
And then from donations from other devotees, we received 3,780,286. And then for donations for Mangja offering, the tea, we received 13,464,830. And then so this is the expense for the tea, and then the next is the remuneration for the monastics and tantrics practitioners. 18,373,692 rupees. And then there are other expenses. So for the offerings and flowers, so the remuneration for monks and nuns and tantric practitioners, 18,373,000. And so for other expenses, so the total comes to 540,118,000. And so finally, we would like to thank Your Holiness for giving all the teachings and instructions. So the district management, including the district collector, the DC, and the police, and other organizations who have worked for this great success of all the events. So I think the report is maybe read in English.
Humble salutations to Your Holiness the Dalai Lama and the greetings to this holy assembly. I seek your blessing and the permission to present this brief report on the December teachings of 2022 in Bodhgaya. In this august and precious assembly gathered here from the many parts of the world, we thank Your Holiness for your immense kindness in bestowing precious holy teachings on Master Nagarjuna's commentary on Bodhicitta on December 29 and the 30th, followed by conferring the blessing of 21 Tara on December 31st in this holy land of enlightenment. We are also extending our heartfelt thanks to the teaching sponsors, Ladin Chutra Molam Chemu Trust, Chusung Ngawan Jensen Kangshan Song family, Sawa Tenzin family, Persu Chupun Kesong Wanchu family, Setang Changzo Tashi Dorji and the Lobsang Temba family, Nyana Ngawang Namje family, Let Tiho Tupnem Panjo family, Ama Medo Yangchin family, Jayang Chenjor and the Yishigombasang family, and the Nyanang Chudang siblings for generously sponsoring this teaching and the long life offering events. We also want to thank all the devotees for voluntarily making donations to its Sangha, tea, and the bread offerings as well as teaching. Now I would like to present the account statement of Bodhgaya teachings from 29 to 31st December 2022. Receipt. Donation received from 10 teaching sponsors, 1 crore 85 lakhs. Teaching donation received from devotees, 37 lakh 80,286. Donation received for tea and the bread offering, 1 crore 34 lakh 64,830. Donation received for Sangha offering, 1 crore 83 lakh 73,692. Total we have received 5 crore 41 lakh 18,808. Payment, total spent for tent, sound, LED screens, lavatory, FM, CCTV, printing and publications, generators and fuel, decoration and lighting extra. 2 crore 18 lakh 59,057. Offerings made to Sanghas during the teachings, 1 crore 83 lakh 73,000. Tea and the bread offered during teachings, 23 lakh 68,000. Donations to Prime Minister Cares Fund for COVID-19 relief works, 30 lakhs. Donation to Chief Minister's Relief Fund, Bihar, 20 lakhs. Donation made to its charitable works during the teachings, 21 lakh 16,751. Purchase and miscellaneous expenses, 44 lakh 2,000. Total payment is 5 crore 41 lakh 80,808. I hereby express innumerable thanks to Your Holiness from the depth of my heart on behalf of all gathered here in this holy land of enlightenment, along with the worldwide audience joining us through the internet. We are profoundly blessed to have your presence on earth guiding us. We present our genuine and sincere request to Your Holiness that you have a long and healthy life to continue guiding us to peace and happiness. On this special occasion, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the esteemed office of the District Magistrate and many other Gaya District Administrative officers for their kindness in providing all types of support. The Office of Superintendent of Police and various police personnel for Gaya District for their friendly maintenance of law and order, providing high-level security measures throughout the events. The Bodhgaya Nagar Parishad and various departments under it for maintaining cleanliness and other supports. Bodhgaya Temple Management Committee led by Mr. Nangzir Dorji for their cooperation and various assistance. The Department of Security Central Tibetan Administration for providing round-the-clock security. Namje Monastery for their enormous assistance and support. Thaden Chuta Molam Chemo Trust for their hard work in arranging the preparation of tea, bread, and other services. I'm sure there are individuals and organizations whose names are not included here who have played significant roles in making this event happen. I take this opportunity to thank all of you while I apologizing for not announcing your names. Thank you very much. May all enjoy happiness and peace. Thank you.
So now